Well, what's going on, guys? It's another dark log, and I'm pissed as hell at myself and life in general. Another dark log of the diary of a griever named John Weaver, which is me. And here it is, May 28th, 2026, on a Thursday morning of 2:47 a.m. West Coast time, and I'm pissed at myself and everything else. Shall we talk? Yesterday was hard enough dealing with my dog going over to the vet and thinking I gotta put her under. I rejoiced in the fact that my dog actually had ear infections and still needed medications to take care of her. No problem, I can deal with that. But I never expected a little bit more of an issue with my animal than I have been in the past several hours of not getting any sleep. I might sleep just for a few minutes and then my mama's still fussing up a storm regarding her ears. I've got medications, but it's going to take time for the medications to wear. Meanwhile, I've just lost opportunity of sleep that would keep my brain barely moving and barely working in order for me to make somewhat sound decisions regarding the health of my own life and that damn foot of mine. I hate it and I'm cursing myself at this point. I'm moving the appointment again down the road. And it pisses me off that I have to do this because I need myself functioning. I need myself thinking clearly enough. And if I'm not getting enough sleep as it is, then I'm getting worse and worse at this point. Maybe I do need a caregiver for myself. I'm trying to be a caregiver to my dog and I'm turning myself into a damn ogre at times. I'm growling at my dog because I can't get enough sleep to function. And during the daytime, I'm taking day hours for sleep hours. The circadian rhythm has already been shot to hell already. Only because I was a caregiver and kind-hearted enough to take care of my dog because I didn't want to leave her and she doesn't want to leave life anyway. But I'm not about to hand her off to a damn stranger I don't know while I could try taking care of myself for a little bit. I know they got watchers out there. I know they got programs out there, people who can come over. And if they happen to know about the bug war I've got over here, there's no way in hell they're coming over here. And speaking about not thinking clearly enough, I wrote something to the county of Kern, California, regarding the situations I got here. Got a response back that I didn't expect. I'll have to go over to email again with a clear head and rethink this whole damn thing. But they may be right. But I got no place to go. I got no place to move to. I got no means and opportunity to move shit. Except maybe shove some stuff in a couple of duffel bags. Put it into a cart and just haul it out of here. Leave everything else for the trash. But this is not clear thinking. This is not a person thinking with a clear mind. No, I'm clouded. And I know it. And I had to take time off just to keep taking care of her until she settles down. And maybe I can take care of my foot. But by that time, it's about to kill me, I think. I hope not. I'm not looking forward to gangrene or any amputations. There's no way in hell I can live in a place like that if I'm amputated. No way in hell. But I need a clear head to deal with shit. And I'm not getting it. And then there's other points that I'm reminded. When posting on Facebook, one has to keep checking out the rules that are being displayed to people, saying, I don't like this and I don't like that. I'm posting this stuff, but don't bring this shit over here. Politics. I had to bring it on my own damn feed, saying politics is involved with everything, without naming names. But I mentioned subjects that have been posted that have been covered by politics all over the damn place. Not just in the politics of today, But if I happen to go back in human history, we got politics happening in everywhere. It doesn't matter where the hell it is. If you got humanity, you got politics. We only knew about the politics because we thought it was invented by the Greeks. I think it was invented a little bit earlier than that, without recorded history. Man trying to survive in groups, trying to fight off things, and trying to find who's the leader, who's the alpha male, who's the strongest. There's your politics right there, guys. Politics in nature. Even nature does its own politics. What's FUBAR and what's not FUBAR? Some people call it fouled up beyond all recognition. No, it's fucked up beyond all recognition. I didn't know about that particular terminology until I saw a movie back in the 90s about that one. And then I heard military guys talking, veterans. Then I heard that kind of terminology. It made sense. When somebody shows a picture of a Nazi, some people look at it as hatred, some people look at it as someone to be admired. Flip sides of the coin here. But I see politics right in the middle of the shit. You look at a damn coin like a quarter. You see the beveled edges on it. You see heads on one side and tails on the other side, but what I see is in the middle. Politics that separates it all, but it combines them both. Politics that we use to rule over people. You can't escape it. You can't avoid it. You can try putting something here, like maybe space race. And I'm looking at the damn shit it's caused by Cold War. Afraid of the other side. Afraid of the other side dominating space. So we had to get into it and shove their face into it. Spent billions and billions of dollars on that one. Well, jump it forward into our century here, where we had astronauts, 4 of them, going around the moon for, I thought it was just, not just politics, but just for a tourist trap. Now maybe they were doing some scientific, more advanced stuff, more pictures. There's one guy out there on YouTube, I don't remember who the hell this guy is. He looked familiar enough, but he was being interviewed by a Canadian television group. And he was telling the audience how screwed up this was. This was all head games. This was all show and tell. It's all smoke and mirrors. All politics. Maybe. But every time we're starting to throw government into things, it's all politics anyway. We wanted to get a government program underneath the water. We had politics involved. You had our talk to people about funding, about a spam in a can underneath the waters about 200 or 300 feet below. We're existing with gases and cylindrical tubes. You may call it exploration of the waters, but it's still politics and getting that damn thing down there anyway. Politics to get the money. Switching into another topic over here that's being damaging in the Washington, D.C. area, where you have monuments threatened. Already the White House has already been threatened and damaged already because of politics, and not to mention of a gas bag we voted into office. We voted in senility. Did we ever accept responsibility, accountability, or transparency for it? Fuck no. And if we did, we would have been constantly apologizing to the rest of the world about what our fuck up we did. Now the senility wants the World War II monument changed because he doesn't like it. It took him years to get the designs right, not to mention get the funding right, and then get the thing built. What was it, within, I don't know how long it took. It wasn't a century, that's for damn sure, but it took him quite a few years to get that spot going and get it cleared through Congress, authorized, signed, money already appropriated, construction materials, everything. Took him years, but it got it. And this was for posterity, for us to remember our stupidity and our mistakes we made. Not to mention the sacrifices made for it all. They fought against fascism. We have a monument against fascism. It's called the World War II Monument. It's called the Korean. It's called Vietnam. It's called Arlington. It's called the Washington Monument. It's called the Lincoln Memorial. It's called the Jefferson Memorial. It's called museums out there to remember humanity's screw-ups, our explorations and politics involved in every damn thing. Even politics taken away and scrubbing out history. Smithsonian under attack because of senility wants things in a different perspective. And when I see postings on Facebook from people that I've been hanging around with for so many years, politics is not welcome, but we show the purity of the item. I'm sorry, I don't see the purity. I see the greatness in the area. When you have baseball being talked about, I see politics involved in the damn thing. Humanity having an issue regarding women in baseball, not to mention Negroes in the baseball field. But they made a contribution. They made a hell of a contribution to the game and to the sport. Even to this day, they're still making contributions to it. I'd like to see women players again. They had that during World War II and a little bit afterwards, but it faded out. Well, we got movies and we got museums for it. And I see the politics involved in this shit. And it didn't have to be government politics. It's corporate politics as well. Corporations were in charge of the women's baseball league as well as the baseball we have right now. But it's still government and corporate influenced. It involves everything we have. Food prices going up, politics. Gas prices going up, more fucking politics. We have our freedom of speech being curtailed left and right. And if that wasn't bad enough, my ability to take care of a dog and she take care of me in my own home, there's politics in there. Let me explain that one, guys. I just got you warmed up for this shit. Now, there's been a memo sent, discovered by the New York Times, of emotional support animals getting phased out because they're not recognized as such. They're not recognized as service animals. The asshole in charge of the HUD department, Housing and Urban Development, had made it clear that emotional support animals are no longer welcomed. They have no meaning to those who actually need the emotional support animals. If they're not a service animal, which means they're not performing a physical task, then they're nothing. Does this asshole, who's the secretary over there, which is a Trump follower and a Trump appointed asshole, ever had dogs before? Ever had pets who were there as support? Yes, we have the American Disability Act, and supposedly they were covering service animals. And somewhere along the lines, over the past several decades, we had emotional support animals being added to it, but not directly added into the damn act. But they would be covered somehow. But that has been taken care of because of HUD wanted that change out. So now we got to fight with landlords. We got to fight with property management to keep our animals with us. They're just pets to people. They're family to us, and they're servicing. They're family to me, damn it. And places I've lived in, the pets were, probably just pets, but they were family as well. But for those who've actually had the emotional need to have the pet, to give them stability. You know what pisses me off is the insurance company I've got right now doesn't see that. But they're willing to have a human being to talk to you like crazy and talk you to death. But emotional support animal to get an authorization for it? Impossible. The insurance company I've got right now doesn't even qualify or rate it. Oh, maybe a service animal if they're going to be performing a service. But being an emotional support is not service? Well, then I've got a problem. I got something to pick with the corporation on this one. Who the hell are they to say that a dog cannot be an emotional support animal? That the dog is not just being a pet, they're being a vital function. If you want to look at them as a fucking commodity, then look at teddy bears. Are teddy bears needed? No, but people actually do use stuffed animals when they need the emotional support. Why haven't we made a law to outlaw those damn things? They're not supported. They're not alive. They're a commodity. And yet we look at our pets as commodities. You can just replace them by getting another live one from the animal shelter. We take them for granted. We toss them away. We get them from pet stores. No, we get the broken down versions over at the animal shelters because nobody else would want the damn thing. But when we do, they're happy as hell because they don't want to be in jail all the time before they know they're going to be euthanized. They're going to be killed with the needle. And this is what pisses me off, guys. Even when I'm going to be losing my dog, and I don't know when, and I'm still in mourning over that situation. She's no longer considered an emotional support animal. She's just a pet. Now, either I get evicted out of here or I'm going to start paying money for it. A commodity. Not a family member, but a commodity. Fucking politics. Changing the dynamics on everything. Can I not tell these people and these social media groups who can't stand politics leaking into their own posts that too fucking late, assholes? I'll take back the name of assholes, but politics is still out there. You gotta deal with this shit. It's the ugliest damn monster we've ever created ever since we became human beings and realized we actually had intellects. We actually call it. I started recognizing it, organizing people, and then realize nature does the same fucking shit. Nature does do the same fucking shit. You just don't see it. Maybe I haven't taken too many college courses at this point over here to understand in my lifetime that politics has been involving my care ever since the day I was born, and maybe even prior to that. You want to hear the politics of this? It wasn't a government. Actually, it was a government program to save my life and a personal donation that helped kept it going. There was a man that my mother knew and loved. If I wasn't born, maybe they'd be together. But I was born, and these two had met and loved each other. And part of that guy's donation I owe my life to. God rest his soul. The guy's name is Stan Myers. Crippled Children's Services, a political thing, a foundation that helped out with people of low income who needed catastrophic funding for surgeries like heart disease, but you had to come up with the rest of the half. Well, that love of my mother's paid for it. I owe him. That's not politics, that was personal. But the corporation who ran the Crippled Children's Services, that's politics right there. Business, but it's business politics. You're going to be running corporations, it's politics. You got to know how to play the game. You got to know how to manage the company, but you also know how to manage with government officials, rules and regulations and laws that would oversee your company. Politics has a way of affecting us a great deal. Politics kept me alive. I never even realized it until now. Politics has a way of affecting medical insurance. Either you got it or you don't got it by the rule of law and also by the rule of money. Money greases politics. Everything's involved in it. You just don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with the uglier side of it. Welcome to being human, assholes. That I will say it again. That we're all assholes. We don't want to deal with humanity. We don't want to deal with politics. We don't want to deal with the egos. Egos wants resources. Ego wants everything else. Ego wants to destroy everything to put up a name and show how great this ego is. And I'm not using any names or titles on this one. You pick your own on that one. That being said,